phone, okay? It'd be like circling,
always
then you
catch
go
us
live. All right, so hey everybody, welcome back to
Story Time. Story Time. Story Time.
Hey,
welcome.
Listen, as Auntie Shelly on the beat,
But
is letting our assembly know that we're on live. Don't worry, I got you over here, okay? Listen, if you are new to our Storytime channel, hey, how are you? I'm Vonnie, short for Levon, okay? Just Vonnie to you, because you friends and family, okay? Vonnie G. All right. Welcome to our Storytime channel. We hope that what you hear is enough for you to come back tomorrow at the same time, okay? Before we go into Storytime, shout out to Brittany Clay for my beautiful Storytime cup. Okay, it says reclaiming all that was stolen from the nation of Yah. If interested, you guys, you can reach out to her via Facebook Messenger and just let her know, because it will be supporting her business, okay? And then, as you guys know, we read before we get into scripture. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, boy, I already told you who she was, right? Because even though my daddy called her Dr. Norwood, I'd like to call her...
That out of place,
I know. But even though my daddy called her Dr. Norwood, I like to call her Auntie Shelly on the beat.
But
Hey, let's get it down on it one time, okay? Because I do that for myself. I do, and you're welcome to partake at all times, okay? Listen, we're going to go into Psalms 34 until the Most High gives us something different.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Psalms 34, and then until the Most High gives us something different. That sounds good. Yes. Okay, so listen, we are reading. Surprise! We're bringing avoth back. Y'all remember this? This is where you got the book of Hermes. This is where we read the birth of Mary.
Yeah.
We've read so many, the Testament of James, the Gospel of James,
the Gospel of Peter, Gospel of Nicodemus.
Yes, the Gospel of Peter, the Gospel of Nicodemus. Like, we read a lot out of this book.
Yeah.
And we purchased this book on Sefer.net. But what we didn't do is what? Pay full price. Y'all know that, okay? Make sure you use your Storytime discount and pay less than the full price, if that's all right with you. So we will be in this book. For those of you who have the book, we're going to be on page 306, because I'll let you know what we're reading in just a moment. You thought. Going to Psalms 34, okay, into our scripture, it says, just a small reminder, okay? I will bless Yahuwah at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make her boast in Yahuwah. The humble shall hear thereof and be glad. Oh, magnify Yahuwah with me, and let us exalt his name together. I sought Yahuwah, and he heard me, and delivered me from all my fears. They looked unto him and were lightened, and their faces were not ashamed. This poor man cried, and Yahuwah heard him, and saved him out of all his troubles. The angels of Yahuwah encamps round about them that fear him, and delivers them. Now listen, this is the part where you got to get your mouth ready. Okay? Because he said, oh, taste and see, okay, with both eyes. If you got one, see out of the one, okay? He said, oh, taste and see that Yahuwah is good, okay?
It's good.
Seasoned on both sides. He just good, okay? Blessed is the man that trusts in him. Hallelujah. Amen. May Yah add a blessing to the hearers and reader of his word.
Yes.
All right, going back to that book that we didn't pay full price for, because we use our Storytime discount. We are reading, and tonight's reading is the Martydom of Polycarp. Looks like this. Look at that. And if you don't know, we read with you, so we did not read beforehand.
Yes.
So all reactions is facts, okay? It's our real life reaction. All right, y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get into it. That's our I'm ready dance. All right. The assembly, the martyrdom of Polycarp, elder of Smyrna.
What was it again?
Say it again.
Smyrna.
Smyrna. All right, and that place is spelled S-M-R-Y. I mean S-M-R. Sorry, S-M-Y-R-N-A. Yeah, I know how I do it. Okay. Chapter 1. The assembly of the called out of Elohim, which sojourns in Smyrna, to the called out assembly of Elohim, which sojourn in Philomelium, and to all the sojourning of the called out assembly in every place. Mercy, peace, and love of Yahuwah the Father, and our Adonai, Yahusha HaMashiach, be multiplied. We write to you, brethren, the story of the martyrs and of the blessed Polycarp, who put an end to the persecution by his martyrdom, as though adding the seal. For one might almost say that all that had gone before happened in order that Yahuwah might show to us from above a martyrdom in accordance with the Basora. For he waited to be betrayed, as also Yahuwah had done, that we too might become his imitators, not thinking of ourselves alone, but also of our neighbors. For it is the mark of true and steadfast love, not to wish that oneself may be saved alone, but all the brethren also. This is interesting. For he waited to be. So this is speak of like, because Yahuwah when he made Adam, he waited because he knew that Adam will betray and transgress his commandment. And then same with Judas, right? Because Judas was a picture of Judah when he betrayed the Mashiach. So all of this is really good.
Yeah, this is,
Well, let's have in it. Shall we go more? Yes. Okay. Second chapter. Blessed then and noble are all the martyrdoms which took place according to the will of Elohim. For we must be very careful to assign the power over all to Elohim. For who would not admire their nobility and patience and love of their master? For some were torn by scourging until the mechanism of their flesh was seen even to the lower veins and arteries, and they endured so that even the bystanders pitied them and mourned.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
You got beat so bad that they saw the lower, like they could see the anatomy inside you.
Yes. Isn't that crazy that this is written way back in, like way, and then this same thing kind of repeats because you know how not ours, but our oppressors, it is what it is. When they beat us, it was the same thing.
That. And when they beat Mashiach,
it was the same thing.
We always see that little drip of blood, right? But no, he was towed up.
They towed him up. Yes, and actually, one of those books go over that. I think one of the books that we read.
Yeah, we take it way too lightly because that's what they give us. Like, it wasn't no big thing. He was God. Like, no, he suffered.
When it comes to the suffering to the Mashiach, they want to downplay it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to anything else, they put it right in your face. And you're like, wait a minute, they showing that on TV?
They show all that violence. Because they don't want to leak the Mashiach to them, people or to us because that's what they did to us.
Absolutely. All right, come on, y'all. Verse 4. And some even reached such a pitch of nobility that none of them groaned or wailed, showing to all of us that at that hour of their torture, the noble martyrs of Mashiach were absent from their flesh, or rather that Adonai was standing by and talking with them.
Wow. So while they were getting beat, it was like they didn't even feel it. Like they ain't screaming, they not, because he's like.
Was that the same way with Stephen? When he was stoned to death, did he utter a word?
He looked up into heaven and ordered and said something like, I see the Mashiach.
Okay.
Like, wow.
Yeah. This is wow.
So, but imagine if you're the one beating on someone, and they just standing there, they not hollering, they not screaming out. You be like, I be scared.
I'll be like,
wait, this gotta hurt. Nobody can resist this. And it says they were torn to their lower. You can see their veins.
Yes, and they're not saying nothing.
So they go, we know. Elohim had to be somewhere around doing
them.
something.
He said, or rather that Adonai was standing by and talking with them.
Yeah.
And paying heed to the grace of Mashiach. They despise worldly tortures by a single hour purchasing everlasting life. And the fire of their cruel torturers had no heat for them, for they set before the eyes and escape from the fire, which is everlasting and is never quenched. And with the eyes of their heart, they looked up to the good things which are preserved for those who have endured, which neither ear has heard, nor eyes have seen, nor has it entered into the heart of man, but it was shown by Yahuwah to them who were no longer men, but already angels.
They are already transformed.
In that state. I done lost my page.
We still on 307, girl. Yes. So while they was like, so you thought you was doing something. You thought you was doing something. They done already left their body.
They not even there.
They ain't even tripping.
Wow. That is some love. That is some love.
Why they keep this from us?
He said, I ain't gonna even let you feel that. Come with me.
You belong to me. And we're just, programmed to think, oh no, they tortured us.
Yes.
We don't even know.
They said, but they were no longer men, but already. And then,
so they transformed to their original state already.
The original state. Because wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And in the same way, also those who were condemned to the beast endured terrible torment, being stretched on sharp shells and buffeted with other kinds. Thank you. Buffeted with other kinds of various torments, that if it were possible, the tyrant might bring them to a denial by continuous torture. So they kept doing it so you can
deny him. Deny him. And they probably ain't saying nothing. They just gone.
They gone. They probably looking
left their body. You just beating a dead body.
That's it. At that point, because I didn't left that house. For the devil used many wiles against them.
This reminds me, I was reading some story of it was some little girl, or I was listening to her testimony. It was some little girl, but she was one of Jacob's children, but she was being brought up, the Illuminati, where her parents were high up there. And so she was actually in a room where they torture our children. And she was like, why are you killing the brown babies? Why are you killing the brown babies, right? And she was talking about how they, like the demons and stuff, would get mad, or the people would get mad. I'm just saying demons because that's what's in them. Would get mad because they knew the person wasn't in there anymore. Like it was no crying and all that kind of stuff. And she said that would make them even madder. And I thought nothing really of that until I read this.
Wow.
Like, oh, that would make sense. They doing all that, but Yahuwah done already snatched them out.
They're no longer there.
And you think you're doing something.
And then also, it kind of like, I remember going back to like how we were taught, like, there's, when it says, well, we on the last days, we're going to have to, we'll be suffered, suffer for his name's sake and stuff like that. But this, bring it on. You know what I'm saying? Like it takes a different, like, I know that he's got me in every area. No matter what, he's still going, whether it's on this side or the other side, he still got you. This is just awesome.
So suffer for his name's sake. It means, I see this, but they were gone, but like, we're suffering for his name's sake.
Absolutely.
Right now. People don't like us.
We're deemed like hate speech and stuff like that.
Y'all hate everybody. And like, and I wonder, like, some of our ancestors, like, Well, I mean, because there's some that got beat and lived. They felt it, but that was because of the curse.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
because of the curse. But wow, like all these martyrs that we read about, because I always feel bad. Like some of them got sawn in half. How did they take that? And how was they? All these things I read about that they used to do to people who accepted Mashiach and wouldn't deny him. And God said, I got this.
I got this. I'm going to snatch you right out that body.
They're going to be beating a dead body.
I ain't
and get mad.
Yeah.
Talking about denied. I'm gone.
And when you look at the atrocities, you can't help but to see that is Satan himself. That is Hasatan.
Yes.
Hatred. To do some of the things that they do.
Who thinks of stuff like that? Like,
but thanks be to Elohim, he had no power, for he had no power at all over Germanicus. For the most noble Germanicus encouraged their fears by the endurance which was in him, and he fought gloriously with the wild beasts.
So that must be somebody. So
this must be somebody. These are all
the martyrs. This is not just Polycarp. It sounds like this is some other people too. Yeah. He fought with the beast, like, please.
Yes. For when the proconsul wished to persuade him and bade him have pity on his youth, he violently dragged the beast towards himself, wishing to be released more quickly from their unrighteousness and Torahless life. So after this, all the crowd wondered at the nobility of the Elohim loving and Elohim fearing people of the Mashiachim, cried out, "Away with the atheists! Let us search for Polycarp."
Oh, see, they're giving us the beginnings. Okay. So they're calling us. That's like somebody calling us an atheist. Like they don't believe in, because we believe in Elohim, and they're saying, no, you need to believe in our God, so you need to deny him. So it says, wondering at the. So after this, all the crowd wondering at the nobility of the Elohim loving and Elohim fearing people of the Mashiach cried out, away with the atheist. Or maybe they siding with us.
Maybe.
Saying away with the people that don't. But why are they searching for Polycarp, though? That's what makes me think.
Listen.
They're calling us atheists because we won't follow their gods. And now let's go after Polycarp. Forget these people.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's go after Polycarp.
Look, if you have some thoughts, bring them.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
This book period.
Yes.
So it's about martyrs. So people who die for Mashiach. So you know what a martyr is. Does everybody know what a martyr is? It's people who die for something.
Mm-hmm.
So they died for they wouldn't deny Mashiach. So you're called a martyr because you're standing up for what you believe. Mm-hmm. So you're saying, I'm gonna die. You know, we say, for him I live, for him I die. They really died.
And Polycarp is actually somebody's name.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But we haven't gotten to him yet. Now we're talking about just in general. Yes.
Okay. I was like,
yeah, Polycarp is a person. Yeah.
Okay. Chapter 4. But one named Quintus, a Phrygian, and that word is Phrygian. You are welcome, because that's as close as I'm going to get it. Who was but lately come from Phrygia. When he saw the wild beast, played the coward. When he saw the wild beast, played the coward. Now it was he who had forced himself and some others to come forward of their own accord for trial. The proconsul persuaded him with many entreaties to take the oath and offer sacrifice. Wherefore, brethren, we do not commend those who voluntarily give themselves up to suffering, since the Basora does not give this teaching.
Yeah, they in violation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ain't supposed to just go, okay, just put me on trial. What are you talking about? He didn't tell you to go give yourself up. I believe in Mashiach, put me on trial. But it sounds like it says they played the coward. So it sounds like rather than you capture us, we're gonna go to you first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plead our, which is it's sort of like us thinking the government's gonna take care of us.
Right.
So we
Okay.
go there first.
Got you.
We go there first for our deliverance instead of Yahuwah. No.
Got you.
You've been going there first for years. You've been voting and voting and voting and voting
and then get mad at those who don't vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, I get
But you
that.
go there first. It's like people, and also people who sell us out. Like, let me go talk to Al Sharpton for what? What are you gonna do? Unless your case is like in the news everywhere, he ain't showing up at everybody that got killed by. He don't care.
He sure don't.
He don't care.
That man is bought. Okay. Chapter 5. But the most wonderful Polycarp, when he first heard it, was not disturbed, but wished to further remain in the city. But the majority persuaded him to go away quietly, and he went out quietly to a farm, not far distant from the city, and stayed with a few friends, praying night and day for all men and for the called out assemblies throughout the world, as was his custom.
So he like, I ain't scared of them, let them come for me. And it was like, look, Polycarp, we
just,
need you, so we need you to go.
Yeah, look, we need you to be somewhere safe.
Yeah, because we need to hear word from you. I'm going to need you. Just go to the farm, Polycarp.
I ain't never heard the name in person called Polycarp.
Yeah, me either.
I said ever.
Ever. Yeah, ever. So if you see my face confused, it's because I'm trying to understand what I'm reading.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Verse 2. And while he was praying, he fell into a trance for 3 days before he was arrested. And the pillow under his head seemed to him burning with fire. And he turned and said to those who were with him, I must be burned alive.
He just laying on the pillow.
Wow. And he's in a trance now. So maybe in the trance, he's like, I must be burnt alive.
No, I'm burning alive. He ain't screaming though. Like it act, ooh, this hurt.
Yeah, but you know how you be in a dream, you be like, what's going on?
Yeah. Am I alive?
Yeah, like what is this? Yes, literally.
Where I be at?
Man, I tell you. Chapter 6. And when the searching for him persisted, he went to another farm. And those who were searching for him came up at once. And when they did not find him, they arrested young slaves.
Oh, it says literally children, but constantly used for slaves.
Oh, wow.
So they went to grab some kids.
That is crazy. And when they did not find them, they arrested slaves. And one of them confessed under torture.
Wow. Of course you take a little kid. That's just mean.
They're kids. For it was indeed impossible for him to remain hid, since those who betrayed him were of his own house. Wow. And the police captain, who had been allotted the very name, being called Herod, hastened to bring him to the arena that he might fulfill his appointed lot by becoming a partaker of the Mashiach. While they who betrayed him should undergo the same punishment as Judah.
Whoa. So basically, they didn't even take care of the people who squealed on him.
Yep. They were still going to get killed the same way.
Yeah.
That is so crazy.
You went and got the kids, tortured them, and then you killed them anyway.
But they never let the people go.
Yeah, never.
Never.
He said, did you really think? Like
I
said, I never meant to keep my promise. What are you talking about?
I never meant to do that.
I'm going to use you to get him, and then y'all still all going to die.
And then look, it's the same thing. He said for like how the Mashiach, when he came, he said his own didn't even receive him. Mm-hmm. And look, it's happening the same thing to him. Mm-hmm. For it was indeed impossible to remain hid, since those who betrayed him was of his own house.
Yep.
Same thing. Wow. Chapter 7. Linda goes on to say, same thing today. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Shalom, family. All right. Taking the slave then the police and cavalry went out on Friday. 8:52 says
Oh.
literally on the preparation day for the Sabbath. Wow. And has always been used in the Greek church for Friday.
You just confirming that what the Sabbath really is. It's
Yep,
a
that's
Saturday.
it. It's a
Yeah.
Saturday, not a Sunday. Okay, I'm going to read that again. Taking the slave, then the police and cavalry went out on Friday about supper time, so it was the Shabbat, with their usual arms as if they were advancing against a brigade.
So arms here means weapons.
Okay.
Yeah.
And late in the evening, they came up together against him and found him lying in an upper room, from which he might have escaped to another place, but would not, saying, the will of Elohim be done.
Polycarp was like, look, I'm tired of hiding.
Right.
Just bring it.
Yeah.
Bring
He said,
it.
let this will, if this is his will, let's go.
Yeah, because me running around
Send him
everywhere.
over it.
I got time for all that.
So when he heard they had arrived, he went down and talked with them, and those who were present wondered at his age and courage, and why there was so much haste for the arrest of an old man of such a kind.
Oh, so he old.
So he
huh?
old. The whole time I'm thinking his brother 17.
Okay. And so the people came arrest him like, why are we after this old man? What is he doing?
This is who we've been looking for.
Dude, he like 110.
Man, let this man go in peace.
What? Why are we arresting him?
Therefore, he ordered food and drink to be set before them at that hour, whatever they should wish, and he asked them to give him an hour to pray without hindrance.
He feeding the people that
Listen,
came to
y'all-
arrest him.
Right.
That doesn't sound like our people. Listen, he
Y'all
said,
hungry?
y'all hungry?
Right.
I'm gonna make y'all something to eat, and then y'all just give me an hour. Just don't
Go
bother
pray.
me for that hour,
Mhm.
and then we'll move from there.
I know y'all had a hard time catching me, but I'm going to feed.
Right.
Y'all hungry. Y'all must be hungry.
Look, taste and see. This food is good. Okay, season. You ain't gonna have no problem. All right. Verse 3. To this they assented, and he stood and prayed, filled with the grace of Elohim, so that for 2 hours he could not be silent. And those who listened were astounded. And many repented that they had come against such a vulnerable man, or vulnerable old man.
So they're like, why we here?
This
He
brother
done
began to
fed us?
witness to him. Gave him a look. He fed you physically, and then he fed your spirit
Yes.
spiritually.
They're like, look, I ain't arresting him.
And then they repent.
Yeah. They repented. They was like, nah.
Many repented.
Yeah, many. Yeah, not
Yeah.
all, but many.
Many.
Yes, thank you. Chapter 8. Now, when he had at last finished his prayer, after remembering all who had ever even come his way, both small and great, high and low, and the whole of the called out assembly throughout the world, the hour came for departure, and they set him on an ass and led him into the city, his arrival being on a great Shabbat day.
Oh, it says,
And it says-
it's a feast day.
It's a
Yeah.
feast
Feast
day.
of the first fruits and
Wow.
harvest.
So, so is he the picture of the Mashiach?
Hey, it's up. Well,
It sounds like it.
it sounds like he's, because Mashiach has come already. So it sounds like he's further, like it being like him,
Okay,
imitating him, so to speak. I guess you would call it. I don't know. I don't
gotcha.
know what you would call
All right, well, I guess we can call it when we keep reading.
it.
All right, verse 2. And the police captain Herod and his father Nicetas met him and removed him into their carriage and sat by his side, trying to persuade him and saying, but what harm is it to say, Lord Caesar, and to offer sacrifice and so forth, and to be saved?
Now, this, when they're talking about save, it just mean save your life.
Yeah,
They ain't
like
talking about
basically
being
bow down to
saved.
this dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's the big deal?
right.
What's the big deal? Just say Jesus.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Wow. But he at first did not answer them, but when they continued, he said, I am not going to do what you counsel me. And
This is my uncle.
right, yeah. Same. I'm not
Dude,
going
just be
to
quiet.
do that.
Dude, at first he wasn't saying nothing. He said, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I'm not going to do what
Stop
you're telling me to
talking.
do. I
Not
don't
gonna
really, I
happen.
don't love my life
Yeah.
to save for my own. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
gonna happen.
Not going to. And they gave up the attempt to persuade him and began to speak forcefully with him, fiercely to him, and turned him out in such a hurry that in getting down from the carriage, that he dislocated his leg.
Wow.
And without turning round, as though he had suffered nothing, he walked on promptly and quickly, and was taken to the arena, where the tumult was so great that no one could even be heard.
Wow.
So that he didn't even acknowledge that you dislocated my
Yeah,
leg.
he just got him
Yeah.
start walking. Okay, I'll just walk up going to the arena where y'all finna kill me. And
Right.
everybody just went, Polycarp.
And can't hear nothing. You can't hear nothing. Seems like a replay of the Messiah. Yeah, huh? That's what I was thinking too.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 9. Now when Polycarp entered into the arena, there came a voice from heaven. Be strong, Polycarp, and show yourself a man. And no one saw the speaker, but our brethren who were there heard the voice. And next he was brought forward, and there was a great uproar of those who heard that Polycarp had been arrested. Therefore, when he was brought forward, the proconsul asked him if he was Polycarp, and when he admitted it, they tried to persuade him to deny the Mashiach, saying, "Respect your age," and other similar things according to their custom, such as swear by the genius of Caesar. Repent and say, away with the atheists.
So they were calling us the atheists.
They were calling us the atheists.
Mhm.
But Polycarp, with a stern countenance, looked on all the crowd of the Torahless heathen in the arena, and waved his hand at them. And waving his hand at them, he groaned and looked up to the heaven and said, away with the atheists. He was talking about them.
Yeah, he talking about them.
He said, away with the atheists.
Y'all the
He's the
atheists.
actual atheist.
I got the real Elohim.
Yeah.
How about
Away
I say
with
what
child.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick out of that. I think I can say that part.
Yeah.
Away with the atheists. Talking about y'all.
Y'all talking about me, I'm talking about y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Away with ya.
Yes. But when the proconsul pressed him and said, take the oath and I will let you go, revile Mashiach, Polycarp said, for 86 years I have been his servant, and he has done me no wrong. And how can I blaspheme my king who saved me?
Mm-hmm. He said, look, I've been doing this for 86 years. I'm not about to turn back now.
Right.
I'm just not going to do it. But notice, they knew when he said away with the atheists, they knew he flipped the script.
Yes.
You think they?
Oh, yeah, because then they said, they pressed him, now take an oath. Because they said, okay, we told you to do the wrong thing. So they said, but when the proconsul pressed him and said, take the oath, because he told, they said, say away with the atheists. So he said it.
Yeah.
So they knew, wait a minute, he talking about us. Mm-hmm. We meant for him to say about those people following Mashiach. Yes. He flipped the script on us just that quick. So they said, no, we need you to take an oath.
That's it. We need you to take it. Mm-hmm. Chapter 10. But when he persisted again and said, swear by the genius of Caesar, he answered him, if you vainly suppose that I will swear by the genius of Caesar, as you say, and pretend that you are ignorant who I am, listen plainly. I am a follower of Mashiach. And if you wish to learn this doctrine, appoint me a day and listen. We related to him.
Okay. We just in their face. Look.
Y'all set it up and I'm here. Y'all want to learn this.
Think I'm going to say this. I'm not.
Yeah.
But set it up. I'll teach you why I'm so dedicated to Mashiach. Yeah. I'll teach you about him. How about that? And then you'll know I'm not going to do it.
I love how he said, listen. I need you to hear me plainly. I am a follower of Mashiach.
Yes.
Look, let me snatch all your attention, okay?
And listen, if you want to learn his doctrine, Set me up. I got y'all.
I got you. Call me. All right. All right. Verse 2. The proconsul said, persuade the people. And Polycarp said, I should have held worthy of discussion. For we have been taught to render honor as is meet, if it hurt us not, to princes and authorities appointed by Elohim. But as for those, I do not count them worthy that a defense should be made to them.
So I'm not going to defend it. I'll teach it, but I'm not going to defend it.
That's it. It's like,
He said, no, I'm not casting my pearls before swine.
Yeah.
Come on, wisdom.
Come on, Polly.
Yeah, come on, Polly. Come on, Polly. Come on. Okay, chapter 11. And the proconsul said, I have wild beasts. They will deliver you to them unless you repent. And he said, call for them. For repentance from better to worse is not allowed for us. But it is good to change from evil to righteousness.
All I heard him say was, call for them.
Yes, me too. Bring them.
Yeah.
He said, dude, what's their name?
Right, call for them, please.
Like, what we hear?
Bring them on.
Yep.
Yes.
Bring it.
Mom goes on to say, he is standing firm on what he believes, and we should too. You are so right, Mama.
Yes. Because Polycarp already knows, look, we done dealt with wild beasts before.
Yeah.
If I want to, I'll tell the wild beast, go sit down somewhere.
Right.
Well,
if I want to,
if you look,
bring them.
Listen, the Mashiach already spoke to him and said, be strong.
Yeah. Yep.
And show yourself a man.
Yeah.
So he already know.
Man up.
He already know. And then I feel like he already know that y'all ain't gonna make good on y'all word.
Exactly.
So why would I even say that?
He said, why should I go from good to evil? Because you threatened me with some beasts?
He said, but it's listen, y'all can make the change from evil to righteousness now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Then
that's what you can do.
That's all I'm offering.
Absolutely. Because what we ain't gonna do
is go from better to worse.
It's go from better to worse. Absolutely. Not out of my 86 years.
Okay, I got 86 years.
He said, y'all thought. Y'all are straight tripping. All right, I'm sure they're gonna be mad. All right, verse 2. And he said again to them, I will cause you to be consumed by fire if you despise the beast, unless you repent. But Polycarp said, you threaten with the fire that burns for a time and is quickly quenched. For you do not know the fire which awaits the wicked in judgment to come and in everlasting punishment. But why are you waiting? Come, do what you will.
Right.
Kill me.
Right.
Bring it.
And I also kind of think that's why when he was in that trance, he seen that they were.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking the whole time. And I just let it play.
That's probably it.
Yep. Mashiach was when he was in that trance for 3 days, and he laid on that pillow, and
it
it was on fire. He was like, "Am I getting burnt alive?"
Yeah.
But he also know.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, Polycarp.
Polycarp. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I don't think that he figured he was burning alive then, but he knew.
Yeah,
like, he already had the vision.
Yes.
He already had the vision. He said, "Come do what you will."
Yes, come do what you will.
Okay, you done threatened me with beast, fire, with.
But that's all it is talk, because he understood that what y'all about to do is only going to last for a moment, for a time.
Yes.
But what y'all got awaiting for y'all is going to last for everlasting. Wow. Like there's no period. It's ...
Yes, because y'all going to light fire to me. I'm going to die.
But I'm going to go into life.
I'm going to life. Y'all going to be in fire forever. So,
yes, Nashan goes, they think they got power over him. He stood flat-foot and told them, you ain't got no power over me.
Yes.
Linda goes on to say, ooh, wait. Gwen, my mom, she says, sometimes we feel like we the enemy has put us in a corner. Yes, but call on Yah and he will make a way for us. Absolutely, Mom.
But can you imagine if you're the one threatening him, you're thinking, oh, he gonna go for this. He gonna go for that. He gonna go for this. And he's just standing there like I see him flat-footed, like, I ain't gonna do it. Kill me already. Y'all
They're looking at an old man, so they thought they can punk him.
Yeah.
He said, what you ain't gonna do is punk me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, y'all got the wrong
And
man.
why are you even trying to do this anyway?
You got the wrong elder.
Y'all better leave them alone. Leave Yahuwah's folks alone. Make you look stupid.
He said, because
if you're somebody watching, you got to be saying, first of all, why they got this old man like the people back there saying, and he don't care. There must be something to it.
It's got to be.
So he's teaching them that Elohim is the only one just by him saying, bring it.
Because what we ain't going to do is that. Okay? He said, but why are you waiting? Come, do what you will. Try me. Bring them.
Wild beast fire, whatever y'all going to say, is not going to make a difference.
And it's going to be a witness. Like, people going to see, go ahead, do what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Do what you're going to do. Chapter 12. And with these and many other words, he was filled with courage and joy, and his face was full of grace, so that it not only did not fall with trouble at the time said to him. The things said to him. But that the proconsul, on the other hand, was astounded and sent his herald into the midst of the arena to announce 3 times, Polycarp has confessed that he is a follower of Mashiach.
Well, yeah. They're astounded, like, really? He just not gonna cave under nothing?
Nothing. When this had been said by the herald, all the multitude of heathens and the Jew and Yehudim living in Smyrna cried out with uncontrollable wrath and a loud shout.
Heathen.
This is the teacher of Asia, the father of the followers of Mashiach, the destroyer of our Elohim. Who teaches many neither to offer sacrifice nor to worship. And when they said this, they cried out and asked Philip, the Archiarch, to let loose a lion on Polycarp. But he said he could not legally do this, since he had closed the sports. And that means literally the hunting. Then they found it good to cry out with one mind that he should burn Polycarp alive. For the vision which he had appeared to him on his pillow must be fulfilled. When he saw it burning while he was praying, and he turned and said prophetically to those of the faithful who were with him, I must be burned alive.
So he says, since you can't let loose the lions, I guess you're going to burn me.
He's like, this is good. Nashawn Holmes says, courage and joy is his portion. We can take some pointers from him. Absolutely.
Seriously.
Mom said, all mine.
He's shouting. Well, I guess I got to get burnt.
Right.
I did have a vision.
Yep, he said, I must be. This is like such the same thing, like the parallels with how they was like, crucify him, crucify him, crucify him.
Yeah.
They saying the same thing.
Basically, the crowd of heathen.
And notice some of us is with them.
Yes.
Yeah. Some of us is with them.
Yeah.
Ooh. Chapter 13. These things then happened with greater speed than it takes to tell. And the crowd came together immediately and prepared woods and faggots from the workshops and baths, and the Yahudim with extremely Yahudim were extremely zealous, as is their custom, in assisting at them.
Wow.
So it was some of us
helping them build the fire.
Yes,
and happy to
do it. And listen, it's still today.
Some of us.
It's so happy to
sold us out.
That's why they can be telling us to get on the thing and say, you know what, go ahead and take this shot. They can be a spokesperson to our people.
Yep.
Y'all who not doing it is crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all tripping.
Absolutely.
This to save our community.
Absolutely. That's this.
They were zealous.
Yes.
To help.
Yes.
Absolutely.
get rid of
get
their
rid of.
own.
Yeah.
Get rid of their own. It is still today. Brother James, hopefully he's not talking about a nutritional cake today, so I'm going to read it. James Morgan's going to say, this fella was sure enough a brave soldier for y'all.
Yes.
Absolutely.
was.
Nothing they did or say made him blink. Good stuff right here. Bam, bam,
Yes.
bam. That's what he did. Gave
Yes.
fist bumps. Small sticks. Yes, Nashawn went on to say.
Oh, is that what a faggot is?
Listen, because I wasn't going to touch it because y'all know
No,
my mom. No,
Yep.
I wasn't going to touch it.
Don't say what you was thinking.
Okay, because they going in there too.
But, yeah, no.
No. They ain't. Listen, see, I be getting in trouble. Mom says sometimes our own people in our assemblies will treat us like that and want to see our demise. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes. No, she said a faggot is small sticks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now when you got to put faggot and then ... small sticks. Help a sister out. Mom went on to say, okay, Mom, you on the road. Come on, Mom.
Is.
She says the black boule.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
That's real talk.
Hit the nail on the head.
Keep bringing it, Mama. Keep bringing it.
Yes.
All right.
Verse 2.
Verse 2. Now when the fire was ready, he put off all his clothes and loosened his girdle and tried also to take off his shoes, though he did not do this before, because each of the faithful was always zealous, which of them might the more quickly touch his flesh. For he had been treated with all respect because of his noble life, which says citizenship, meaning citizenship in the kingdom, even before his martyrdom. Hope I'm saying that right.
Martyrdom.
Verse 3. Immediately, therefore, he was fastened to the instruments which had begun prepared for the which had been. I'm sorry. I keep seeing. I think I see what I see, and it's not there. All right. Immediately, therefore, he was fastened to the instruments which had been prepared for the fire. But when they were going to nail him as well, he said, leave me as I am. For he who gives me power to endure the fire will grant me to remain in the flames unmoved, even without the security you will give by the nails.
So he said, I'm not even going to try to run.
Right.
You don't just waste your time with all that. Save your little nails. I'm not running.
Wow.
I know this is how I'm supposed to live here. I know I'm supposed to be in some fire.
Yep.
Woo! My God. Chapter 14. So they did not nail him, but bound him. And he put his hand behind him, and was bound as a noble ram out of a great flock, for the oblation, a whole burnt offering made ready and acceptable to Elohim. And he looked up to heaven and said, O Yahuwah Elohim, Elyon, Father of your beloved and blessed Son, Yahusha HaMashiach, through whom we have received full knowledge of you, the Elohim of angels and powers of all creation, and of the whole family of the righteous who live before you. I bless you, that you have granted me this day and hour, that I may share among the number of the martyrs in the cup of your Mashiach, for the resurrection to everlasting life, both of soul and body, in the immortality of the Ruach HaKodesh. And may I today be received among them before you as a rich and acceptable sacrifice, as you, the Elohim, who does not lie and is truth, have prepared beforehand and shown forth and fulfilled. For this reason, I also praise you for all things. I bless you. I glorify you through the everlasting and heavenly high priest, Yahusha HaMashiach, your beloved Son, through whom be glory to you with him and the Ruach HaKodesh, both now and for the ages that are to come. Amen.
Wow, he got a whole little prayer.
Right. Wow. Linda said, He said, I ain't scared.
Yeah, he not. He like really not.
And I think like what she said when he had that vision, he understood what he was supposed to do.
It's gonna happen. It's only gonna hurt for a minute.
Yep. But like he said, I'm gonna resurrect from here to everlasting life.
Because he's saying body and soul.
Yep.
So you burning this, but guess what? You're gonna put it back together.
That's it. All right. Chapter 15. Now when he had uttered his Amen and so finished his prayer, the men in charge of the fire lit it, and a great flame blazed up, and we, to whom it was given to see, saw a marvel. And we have been reading way too long that we have to stop and pick up tomorrow.
That did sound like a good place to put a cliffhanger. I'll give you your props on that.
I'm not saying my eyes didn't read the rest of that verse, but no.
Right.
Let me stop.
Your eyes read it.
Right.
My eyes, they just kept moving.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna finish this.
Yeah, we might be finished tomorrow. This whole book.
Good stuff.
I'm so glad that we revisit the book of avoth, because wow.
That's powerful.
Yes.
Like that's how when he talks about that tree planted by the rivers of the water and not be moved.
Listen, he was rooted, okay?
Yeah.
He was rooted.
Uncle Polycarp was saying,
he was solid.
Solid.
He said, don't let this age fool you.
Yeah.
What you ain't gonna do is get me to denounce who have kept me all these 86 years.
Yeah. He
said, now y'all want, I'll teach you. Just book an appointment with me and I'll show up.
Yeah.
This is when the first appointment was made, okay? Nishan goes, Cliff, as so, you know. Linda goes, now this cliff hurts.
Yeah.
James says, very powerful word. Linda says, oh, that book I have. You do have it.
We showed her at the beginning. She didn't see
you do have it. I'm glad that she did. I'm glad that she heard.
Yeah, because she would have been, look what happens next. Keep reading.
Right. Uncle Chris, if you're listening, make sure she don't get a hold to that book. Okay? Don't let her read ahead. All right, you all. Well, we are excited that you guys joined us tonight. And we hope that this book was a blessing, what we have read. Stay tuned tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then if you have time, if you're not working, make sure you hop on Instagram at 3 p.m. as we are reading the history edition.
That's
on Wednesday.
You're right. That's a whole tomorrow lie. I lied on accident. I'm sorry. That's Wednesday. Wednesday, as we're on Instagram at 3 p.m.
Yes.
As we're reading the history edition of Story Time with Family Friends.
Yes. And this is the Torah edition.
Yeah, this is the Torah edition. Yes. So
yes.
That's how we can classify it. Thank you, Auntie Nishan, for bringing that out. All right. We will see you all tomorrow 6 p.m. so I can get you out that cliff. All right. Don't be late.
Shalom.
Shalom, family.